Welcome. Today we want to give you an update on Bend's largest builder, Pahlisch Homes. Yep, said it. Pahlisch is, well, I mean, it's not even arguably. They just are the largest builder in Bend. And with a large number of master planned communities here in the city, it's hard not to talk about them when talking about the future of Bend's housing. So if you are thinking about moving to Bend, or perhaps you live here already and you were thinking about that upgrade or downgrade, or maybe even that lateral move, this might be the video that you should probably pay attention to. Okay, so we got three different sections here we're gonna talk about. What's almost finished, what's still in the bulk of development, and then brand new neighborhoods that haven't even broken ground yet. So, what's almost finished? Now, depending on when you watch this video, depending on how quickly we get it edited and released, some of them might be already completely finished. We'll see, it just depends on the market and what sells in the next few weeks. But if they're not sold out, they're definitely worth looking into. Skyline West, located west of town off of Shevlin Park Road and McLean Drive. This neighborhood is a great west side pocket that is close to all of the trails and west side amenities and surrounds you with all of the best west side neighborhoods too. Now, there is only one home for sale that's left in there as of the day that I wrote this script, which was yesterday, and the day that I'm filming today. So who knows? If it's still there, it's in Everett. It's a great plan, one of their most popular plans. If it's sold, then, well, whatever. Moving on, right? This neighborhood is located just down the street from Skyline West, and it's actually very similar. It's tucked back behind an older neighborhood called Shevlin Meadows, which actually used to be an old quarry. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Treeland has a mix of single-family homes and cottage-style homes, and even has some lots that are a little bit larger that can accommodate three-car garages, which is always highly desirable, right? Currently, there are 5 new builds on the market right now, with 2 lots that are also available where you can bring your own builder. Now, I personally like this location just a little bit better than Skyline West because it's actually tucked way back off of Shevlin Park Road. It's not right on the road, it's back behind that other neighborhood as I mentioned before, but also because eventually it will tie into a much bigger area in a different string of neighborhoods. In fact, we're gonna talk about it a little bit later on in the video, but it will actually link with some other more prestigious neighborhoods that you may have heard of. River's Edge. Now this one is just on that line of wrapping up, getting near completion, but also maybe this one could continue for a while. I guess I should explain that. Pahlisch is just about done with the land that they have developed that they can build on there at the River's Edge golf course. However, there is a possibility that at some point the golf course could become insolvent, in which case would kind of be sent back to Pahlisch for development. Okay, so there was some drama a couple years ago. Pahlisch bought the golf course and was going to develop all of the holes or half the holes or something like that into a neighborhood. The HOA rose up and said, nuh-uh, so they have now assumed control or ownership over the golf course. However, there is a possibility that at some point the golf course would go away and they would continue to build homes where the golf course used to be. Don't hate on me, that's just what's probably most likely to happen. Hey, support your local public golf course and we won't have anything to worry about. Anyway, there are currently 8 homes left according to their website, and that actually might be 7 because I believe we put one in contract ourselves last week. Anyway, time will tell if that changes. Okay, so those are just a few hoods that are basically wrapping up. Now I have a question for you. Why do you care? Why are you watching? If you are considering a move, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. We know you have options when choosing your real estate professionals, but we have the experience, the knowledge, and the relationships to help you in your Central Oregon home buying or selling situations. So reach out. Our contact information is down below in the description of this video. Okay, now let's get on to the good stuff. What is still going on? What is ongoing? Petro. It's kind of funny how parallel Pahlisch's neighborhoods have kind of lined up recently. Both Skyline West and Treeland were both very similar in size, in location, in timing. They both kind of started around the same time. They both kind of wrapped up around the same time. And Petro and Easton are also extremely similar in their own ways. For starters, in size. they're big, big neighborhoods. In amenities, they're both huge master plan with all sorts of stuff, bells and whistles going on, which I'll tell you about in a second. And in their developmental timing as well. Petrosa is maybe a year, maybe 2 years ahead in maturity as far as how long they've actually been selling in there. But considering that both neighborhoods, I'm guessing, are probably 10-year projects, they're actually very similarly aligned as far as their timing goes. Petrosa is a master planned community located on the northeast side of town here. And they have everything. A variety of single-family homes, cottages, townhouses, and apartments totaling roughly 1,100 residences. There's a dedicated space for an elementary school. There's a large area for retail to be built out completely. So hopefully there'll be a grocery store and some other conveniences, maybe a coffee shop, a yoga studio, a pizza parlor. I mean, I'm making this up, but sounds good to me, right? They recently opened their clubhouse and pool up, and it is sweet. There's a great gym, fire pits, splash pad, pool. I mean, it is impressive. Plus, there's already a number of green space areas and parks that are already developed in this neighborhood. Playgrounds, trails, the mountain views. If I was looking to move with my family, the age of my kids, what I would need, Petrosa would be my first choice. But there's also Easton. Okay, so like I said, Easton is very similar to Petrosa. It's only about 1.5 years behind in development, and like Petrosa, it's gonna be a very large development. If I remember correctly, around 800 residences. There will be a clubhouse, pool, green space area, parks, walking trails. They're planning like a marketplace plaza, which I can only imagine is gonna be really cool. They've actually got like a 3D rendering on their website. If you go to like PahlishHomes.com, it looks awesome. And what's actually really unique is the more that I follow along with what they say they're gonna do, and then years and years later see what they actually accomplished, it's pretty much dead on. So it's gonna be like that, just like most of their typical master plan neighborhoods. Like I mentioned earlier, Easton is really only about 1 year, 1.5 years into actually selling their homes in there, so it'll be really interesting to see it all come together. The location is on the southeast side of town and actually connects to another longtime favorite Pahlisch neighborhood of the city of Bend. Everyone knows about this neighborhood. It's called the Bridges. So it actually connects to the Bridges, and then it's literally across the street from the brand new developed Alpenglow Park, which is amazing. Then even further, it's across the street kind of the other way to Bend's newest high school called Caldera High School. There's a lot going on down there in the southeast side of town, so this is definitely a very cool neighborhood to look into. So this has led many to wonder, what does Pahlisch have coming for the future, right? Well, I personally thought that those two mega neighborhoods, Easton and Petrosa, would have kept them busy, but I was wrong. Apparently, the city of Bend has just announced, I think they approved the plan about a month ago, and then maybe just a week ago, they actually approved the annexation of the land into the UGB. That's high level stuff, but basically they approved Pahlisch to develop about 500 new home sites on the very north part of Bend, just north of Cooley Road. Now, not much has been necessarily announced about Carway, except for its location and the fact that it's gonna have about 500 residences. We might dig into and reveal more during our live stream videos, which we're planning to start launching soon, so keep an eye out for those live stream videos. Point is that Pahlisch definitely still has their hands into the expansion of residential homes here in Bend. I'm personally pretty excited about this, as that particular chunk of land has been sitting vacant for a very long time, with numerous rumors surrounding what it was going to be. It'll be nice to see some brand new development there on the north side of town that's, not just highway construction. All right. Collier. Collier is almost a continuation of Treeland. I mentioned earlier that when finished, Treeland would tie into some more, what was the word I used? Prestigious neighborhoods. Yeah, well, Collier is gonna be that bridge. It's gonna connect Treeland into Collier and actually connect via Celilo Lane into Discovery West, and by proxy into Northwest Crossing. Again, I don't have a whole lot on Collier as far as what they're bringing to this neighborhood, aside from the fact that there's gonna be almost 70 home sites, 70 homes built. I would imagine that most of them are gonna be kind of their normal single family home products, maybe some of their higher end products, because as the neighborhood gets built out, it's going to be moving closer and closer to Discovery West, which is, as you probably know, a very ultra premium, kind of single family home product. It's going to be pretty cool. Meridian. So the last Pahlisch neighborhood that we're going to talk about that they haven't really broke ground on yet. They haven't built any homes yet, is called Meridian. And Meridian is back on the northeast side of town. It is a small 8.5 acre parcel of land, and it's directly across the street from Petrosa. It's gonna feature nearly 50 home sites. Yes, they're gonna put 50 homes on 8 acres. That's just density of Ben speaking loud and clear. Collier's gonna feature 50 home sites, and I would imagine, I'm gonna hope that the price point is maybe just a little bit lower than Petrosa, only because it won't have the amenities that Petrosa is offering, because it doesn't have anything like that built into it. So that's just my guess. I don't really know. I haven't seen what they plan on offering there at Collier. But who knows? It'll definitely be an interesting neighborhood to keep an eye on. As always, we will keep you up to date on all of these neighborhoods as updates become available. But the only way you're gonna know about them is if you subscribe to our channel. You also have to hit the little bell notification so that you know when we actually release new videos, so you can stay up to date. And don't forget, it's not just real estate related. We touch on all kinds of Central Oregon topics, recreation, lifestyle, and stuff like that. So we want to be your resource of choice for all kinds of things. That's all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up, smash the like button, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and check out our other social media channels. We'd love to connect on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.